My name is Ella. I'm 23 years old. I never thought my simple life could take such a strange and beautiful turn. But sometimes life surprises you when you least expect it. I live in Willowtown, a busy but cozy city. The streets are always full of people rushing somewhere. My apartment is tiny, tucked between two tall buildings. There's only one small room, a little kitchen, and a narrow bathroom. It's nothing fancy, but it's mine. It's my quiet corner in a noisy world. Every morning, I wake up before sunrise. I take the old blue bus to downtown. I work in one of the tallest buildings there, a giant tower of glass and steel. I work as a personal assistant to a very important man, Mr. Adrian Carter. Mr. Carter. He's everything you imagine a powerful businessman to be. Sharp, focused, always dressed in elegant dark suits. He owns a successful company, and from his office on the 40th floor, you can see the whole city like a tiny toy world. To him, I was just Ella, the assistant. Ella, bring me coffee. Ella, schedule this meeting. Ella, draft this letter. Always polite, always distant. Thank you, Ella. But it felt like he never really saw me. I came from a small countryside village where people knew your name and smiled when you passed by. My parents spent their lives working hard on a little farm. They never had much, but they gave me everything they could: hope, kindness, and a dream. A dream that one day I would build something better, something mine. In the city, my dream was simple: find a stable job, save money, help my parents, maybe one day open a little flower shop. Flowers always made me happy. They reminded me that even in tough places, something beautiful could bloom. Working for Mr. Carter was like stepping into another world. A world of silk ties, expensive watches, elegant parties. My world was second-hand coats, small kitchens, and counting every penny. But I liked my job. I was good at it. I stayed organized, calm, quiet, invisible. Sometimes, just sometimes, he would give me a small nod of approval. Good work, Ella, he'd say, without looking up from his desk. And even though it was a small thing, those words would light up my whole day. Maybe I wasn't invisible after all. One night, everything started to change. It was very late. The office lights were dim. Most people had already gone home. I was still at my desk, finishing reports for a big project. I heard his voice, low, surprised. Ella, you're still here. I looked up. He wasn't wearing his jacket. His sleeves were rolled up. He looked tired, but there was a softness in his eyes I had never seen before. Yes, Mr. Carter, I said, just making sure everything's ready for tomorrow. He smiled, a real smile. It made him look almost human, not the untouchable boss everyone feared. Thank you, Ella. Really, you should go home. Get some rest. I packed up, heart fluttering strangely. Was it just kindness? Or something more? Days passed. Small things started happening. He would ask, "How was your weekend, Ella?" Or leave a cup of coffee on my desk without a word. A little white cup with a small note. You looked like you needed this. Each time, my heart would stutter. Each time, I told myself not to read too much into it. But how could I not? When the man who once barely noticed me was now looking at me like he was seeing me for the very first time. Then came that day. A Thursday afternoon. The air outside was cold and sharp. Inside, it was warm but tense. He called me into his office. I walked in, notebook in hand, expecting new tasks. But he wasn't behind his desk. He was standing by the window, staring out at the city. He turned when he heard me. His face looked different, nervous. "Ella," he said. His voice was softer than usual. "Please sit." I sat slowly, heart pounding. He didn't sit. Instead, he walked toward me, stopping just a step away. For a moment, he looked down at his hands, like searching for courage. Then he looked at me, straight into my eyes. "We've worked together for almost 2 years now," he said. I nodded, confused. "You are more than just efficient, Ella. You are kind, strong. You bring something into this office, something calm, something real." My cheeks grew hot. "I come from wealth," he said, almost bitterly. "I have everything people think they want. Money, power, success. But it's all empty." He paused, his voice trembling slightly. "You remind me there's something more." He took a deep breath. "I know this is sudden. I know it's unexpected, but I don't want to pretend anymore." He looked so vulnerable, so raw. "Ella, would you consider marrying me?" The world spun around me. Did I hear him right? Marry him? Mr. Carter, the man who once barely knew my name. I couldn't speak. I couldn't breathe. He saw my shock and smiled sadly. "I understand. It's a lot. You don't have to answer now. Just think about it." He stepped back, giving me space. I stumbled out of his office, my mind a mess. That weekend, I barely slept. The idea danced in my mind. Marriage, security, no more worrying about rent, no more saving coins in jars. I could help my parents. I could open my flower shop. But where was the love? Where was the connection? Was admiration enough? Could I be happy in a world so different from mine? On Saturday night, my best friend Maya called. "So," she asked eagerly, "what's going on? You sound strange." I told her everything. The proposal, the confusion, the fear. She listened quietly, then said, "Forget about the money. Forget about what you could do for your parents. Forget about the safety. What do you want, Ella? Can you imagine waking up next to him for the rest of your life?" Her words stayed with me. What did I want? Truly. Monday morning came too fast. I took the bus downtown, feeling like a ghost. At work, Mr. Carter, Adrian, was polite, professional, like nothing had happened. Maybe he regretted it. Maybe he thought I wasn't good enough. Or maybe he was giving me space, like he promised. That evening, as I was leaving, he called me into his office again. I walked in slowly, heart pounding. He looked up at me, his eyes steady. "Ella," he said, voice low and real. "I wasn't completely honest the other day." He stood up and came around the desk. "Yes, I admire you. Yes, I respect you, but it's more than that. He paused, his voice cracking slightly. I'm falling in love with you, Ella. Tears pricked my eyes. It wasn't just admiration. It wasn't loneliness. It was real. I smiled, trembling. I still need time, I whispered. He nodded. Take all the time you need, but maybe we could start as friends, I added shyly. A slow smile spread across his face. Friends first, he agreed. As I walked out of his office that night, the city lights shining outside the windows, I felt lighter, hopeful, brave. I didn't know if our worlds could truly come together. I didn't know if admiration could turn into a deep, true love. But I knew this. I chose honesty over fear. I chose hope over doubts. And sometimes that's enough to begin. Because real love, real life, they take time to grow. And maybe, just maybe, something beautiful was waiting ahead.